Hello, fellow scientists. It's time for some more ranking. I'm your host, Boston PhD. Joining me as always is Dr. Moon.
Hello, your prescription is here.
And Monkey DDS.
Hello.
Hello, don't forget to floss. We're here to talk about our ranking for Neon Abyss, our latest We Roguelike game. As we do always, let's start off Let's start off with you, Monkey Senior. What did you think about this game, and will you continue to play it?
All right, so this game was really good, in my opinion. I don't know what else to say other than that. Like the whole aesthetic of it, like that neon signs like everywhere. It's really cool. I think it controls really well. Especially, I've been playing on mouse and keyboard. The one time I did play on controller, it felt really weird, but I thought like I would be able to get used to it if I did, but like I just went back to mouse and keyboard.
Right.
Controller is acceptable, by the way. Like it doesn't, it's not great, or rather, it's not precision perfect, but it's not bad enough to make you feel bad for playing on the controller. Again, looking at you, Risk of Rain, you liar.
Well, and it's cool that it treats it like a twin stick shooter almost. Like your jump is on R2 or left trigger, and you're just using the two sticks. And I think that's a really smart way to do it, Don Greed.
Yeah.
See, we've been doing this so long now, we're just throwing shade out all the time. It's great.
That's right.
Yeah, the music in it's pretty good, especially because you can in the lobby you can just dance there and have your character.
It's really good.
Also, I'm still gonna put my foot down. That's the intro to Gimme Gimme Gimme. I don't care what anybody says.
Yep, 100%.
Did you check it out, by the way, Boston?
Who?
I know Monkey did. Me and Monkey discussed this.
I think I did like 2 weeks ago, and I was like, "Yeah, that's it. That's the riff."
100% Gimme Gimme Gimme.
Yep.
What else can I say about this game? The difficulties are really good, like we've been saying on the show proper. Like that hard mode just really is.
It really amps it up.
Yeah, and because of that, I'm not sure if maybe I'll play it again sometimes on normal, but just when I feel like I need like a power trip or something, because I can do this. I know I can. But yeah, like I don't feel like I'd be going for like 100%ing it, because it not that it's bad. It's just there's just so much other stuff to play, and I feel like with these 4 weeks I've gotten gotten everything I could out of it,
like everything you wanted to. Yeah. All right, Moon, how about you?
Similar to Monkey, to be honest. Like there's a lot I like about this game. Number one, it was #free. I'm going to transition from show to show here and put my awkward doctor signature next to Game Pass for this game.
I was just going to wonder if it got a Game Pass.
Yes, it does, with the weird squiggly signature underneath.
That's right.
It's a really good game. I mean, it took some of us by storm, Boston, with your one game 4 weeks ago on the main show proper. I see what's going on here. It plays well, it runs well, it's got really catchy music. Like a lot of roguelikes, it's pretty good about you don't need to hear or listen to everything. So again, just like I tend to use roguelikes for, I use it as a podcast game.
Ditto.
Currently listening to the Mad Max Minute, which go Google that and figure out what that is, folks. And it plays solid, like controls well, especially on the controller. Like it's nothing to be shirked about. Like you don't have to sit there and think, "Oh, I wish I had a mouse." No, you're fine without a mouse. In this case, I think the items are all good. Occasionally, a little bit too referential with its jokes.
Sure. Yeah, we have little patience for overly referential stuff.
Well, I feel like this toes the line pretty well, where it's like
It's not Saturday morning RPG.
I was gonna
that's
say
for
it's
sure.
not that game.
Right, that's the low watermark.
Yes. But yeah, it references things, and you can clearly tell that it's an homage to a lot of different games. I mean, I think I mentioned it in week 1. My wife was like, "Why have you got that? Why is Isaac like not look the same as it always do? You've got all these eggs."
Is this a new Isaac?
It's like,
right?
No, it's not Isaac, but it might be based on everything that seems to be in the game.
Right.
But I don't know the size of the team. I don't know how much time they put into it, but clearly it's something that, like we mentioned, it homages the best of the best. I don't think it sits with the best of the best. I don't think this goes up with Isaac or Gungeon, which...
It doesn't go in like the Hall of Fame.
No, but I think it's it actually, to be honest, this might be a really good intro to roguelikes, because you can throw it on easy and blow through it and start to understand like the run-based nature and progression system. It might be a good introduction to it. And then we've got a couple of games like that in our lists, but then it does that true roguelike thing of you turn the difficulty up a little bit and then you promptly get stomped into the floor like you wouldn't believe.
Right, like, here's the first boss. Oh no!
Oh, here's the stupid android lady. How do I hit them again?
Oh god!
Yeah. Don't shrug your shoulders like that android lady was nothing, Monkey.
I do agree that the android lady.
The first phase isn't bad.
Yeah.
Second phase is bad.
Yeah. Like, all in all, it's a solid game. I probably will continue to play this because I have a habit of not being able to put something down unless I've done my due diligence. In Sunless Sea's case, due diligence was 4 weeks of playing it and never playing it again.
Au revoir.
Yeah. In this case, though, like, I mean, I like it. It's been a very good, like, switch my brain off and play. It's whether I will have it installed. I might continue to pump my head against it for a little while. Mostly just because I want you to gimme that achievements for completing the game in various different modes.
Yeah.
And it's a Game Pass game. So I'll probably play it until it leaves Game Pass now. But cool. Thanks, Neon Abyss. You got your props on the show, so I'm not going to buy you right now, but hopefully somebody else will.
07.
Yes. Hopefully somebody else will on our recommendations, because I think we can all probably say, yeah, you should probably pick this up.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I wanted to especially call out, I think this game is really, really well designed. I think from a visual standpoint, I think the hub bar area is really cool. And I especially really like the upgrade skill trees, because I think that's really clear. It serves so many purposes. I think it's really clear about, here's a new character, here's all the stuff you get to him, or like at the end of each one of these tree branches is going to be something that seems really powerful, and the upgrades in between are largely going to be okay, but sometimes you might have to take one that isn't super great, like Moldy Hearts, to get to the next one, which is really good. I think that's really well designed. And then having the stuff you unlock be given to you for free in the next run, guaranteed, is really, really smart. Because like I said a couple weeks ago, you just unlocked it. You want to find those as fast as you can to see the cool new thing. Yeah. And the game's like, well, here it is, and a bonus item too at the same time. So whether they synergize or kind of show you a cool run or like a super powerful build or whatever, I think that's really, really smart. And I think it uses the visual style of a lot of other roguelikes very nicely. Like, the item room is a gold crown. A lot of roguelikes now, taking a lot of inspiration from Isaac, there's some gold iconography around this item room. And it's free or first floor, Gungeon, and you have to start paying for it in future floors. And the Isaac equivalent of mob and boss trap rooms, this one just has 2 clashing swords on it. The arcade is a really cool idea, especially the first one you get with the piano. Like, it's not the hardest thing to do, but it's kind of a fun diversion, and it's a way for you to dump a bunch of cash and get a bunch of really powerful items.
Yeah.
I think Neon Abyss is one of my more favorite designed roguelikes, because all of these pieces come together really, really well. I get the impression that this is a smaller team, and you can really tell that they love the genre, and they've sort of taken all these different really strong influences and sort of mushed them all together. And I think Neon Abyss is something really special. Unfortunately, we're wrapping up the year, so probably won't have a ton of time to continue playing it, especially because
the hashtag Game of the Year 2020 conversation is rapidly approaching.
Yeah, it's looming. And also, hard is really difficult, and I think if I had a ton of time to dedicate to getting better with that, I think I could. And I think it would reward me really nicely, especially as you continue to upgrade stuff in the upgrade trees. But I'm not necessarily sure I have enough regular time to kind of get through that, to no fault of Neon Abyss. All right, let's put it here in our giant list of the best roguelikes of all time. Let's start here. Number 15, is Neon Abyss better than Prey Moon Crash?
Yeah.
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 I would agree. Is Neon Abyss better than Dungreed?
Can you read what's going on and understand the map without having to decipher puzzles? Yes, you can. Okay, yep. Let's bump it on up.
Well, and I think Neon Abyss Dungreed really tried to do that 2D platforming thing, but you couldn't really jump and shoot or swing at the same time easily. Neon Abyss knocked that out of the park.
Yeah.
And
is Neon Abyss better than
is hard in that context. Like, having Neon Abyss be only ranged makes it like tons better.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is Neon Abyss better than the Swords of Ditto Classic?
For me, it is. I think Swords of Ditto is good, but the variety is so limited in that game. Like, it starts to get repetitive after a while, especially if you manage to, I think we did mention it before, if you find a couple of toys that you like, then you're in with those toys no matter what, and you will go out of your way to make sure you're using those same toys.
Yeah. Yep. Is Neon Abyss better than Darkest Dungeon?
Yes. No, but it's a better roguelike.
I like Darkest Dungeon a lot, but I think Neon Abyss is better than Darkest Dungeon.
Yeah.
I think Neon Abyss is really cohesive. Is Neon Abyss better than Solitarica?
Yeah, I think so. I think you see, now you've got me stumbling. I hate you so much.
Gotcha.
I think
Solitarica.
Solitarica is a very unique take on the roguelike genre, and I really do like it. I think I prefer Neon Abyss style because maybe it's because I put over 600 hours into Isaac, and you know, I think I prefer this style of roguelike over Solitarica. So for me, it does, and I'm going to use the same argument for the next one as well.
Right.
I do think it goes over Solitarica as well. I don't know. It's more fun to play, I guess. Like Solitarica is very much a puzzle, and then this is more action-y oriented.
Yes.
And that's how I like my roguelikes. So
yeah, that's true. Is Neon Abyss better than 20XX?
Yes, I hate
all together
20XX.
now.
It's a solid game, but I hate Mega Man games, so.
And I think Neon Abyss, for me, 20XX is a really good homage to Mega Man X, and I think Neon Abyss the controls are so solid. I don't think it's the tightest controlled roguelike we've played. I think that might go to Dead Cells. But I think Neon Abyss just feels so good to play, and like that platforming dual stick shooting, like it feels so solid.
Yeah, there was no need for a control scheme C in.
That's a solid point. Yeah. Yes.
Yes.
Is Neon Abyss better than The Legend of Bumbo?
Yeah, mostly because it's more realized. Like, when we played Legend,
That's a good word for it.
Its biggest issue is the fact that it was struggling with a lot of issues because we played it when it straight came out of early access, when it probably should have stayed in early access for maybe another 6 to 8 months.
Yeah.
Like, whereas this isn't a case of an early access game. This is a case of we might patch it, we might upgrade it, we might increase it, but Neon Abyss is solidly put together. Also, for the record, I looked into it. The developers, Chinese company, don't know how big, but the complete no translation issues, no nothing. Everything makes perfect sense. Like, especially on such referential items, like you wouldn't expect the Minish cap to be phrased that well.
Right.
In a
to have like the
translation.
pun. Yeah. I agree with that. I think Neon Abyss goes over Legend of Bumbo.
Yep.
Is Neon Abyss better than Nuclear Throne?
I think yes, because of the difficulty options.
Yes.
Because Nuclear Throne is hard.
Starts hard and just gets harder.
Yeah. But
that was going to be one of my reasons. Is I feel like the difficulty curve on a standard run of Neon Abyss is relatively smooth, and I feel like in Nuclear Throne, which I think is the design behind it, is sort of like one giant 90-degree cliff after another, where it's like, hey, you got to that one, next one's gonna be another 90. Like it's stairs instead of a sort of a smooth curve.
Yeah.
Also, rest in peace to Vlambeer.
Yes, R.I.P. Vlambeer. You were great. Is Neon Abyss better than Dicey Dungeons?
Yeah. Because Dicey Dungeons, I think, is, generally speaking, it's a good game, but I think it's this high on the list because of its personality. Specifically, the writing and the fun little jokes and character design. It's this high because of its style.
Well, and Dicey Dungeons is a really well designed game as well, but just in a totally different way. Like each one of the characters is so well designed to take advantage of the game's inherent systems.
Yeah.
Like the robot is super different from the wizard is different from, and the characters in Neon Abyss are all different, but I don't know. I think I like Dicey Dungeons a lot, but I think Neon Abyss kind of clicks with me a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. Same here, to be honest. Like, Dicey Dungeons is a great game. It's in the top 10 for a reason, folks.
Right. I'll buy it on my Switch day one, no question.
Yeah.
Yep.
For me, Neon goes above.
Yeah, me as well.
Yeah. Is Neon Abyss better than Risk of Rain?
Yes, because it doesn't lie to you.
That's right. Never forget.
Mm-hmm. But also, control support works really well. Again, this is a difficulty note. Risk of Rain is hard. It does not say, play on the easiest difficulty first, because otherwise we're going to kick your teeth in. Even starting Neon Abyss, I started on normal, and it wasn't that difficult. It wasn't impossibly hard.
It wasn't like, oh, is there an easy option? It's like, no, this is... So I am obviously the Risk of Rain superfan here. And I will say that I think... I will say it again. One of Risk of Rain's biggest problems that is potentially resolved in the second one is that Risk of Rain is either feast or famine. There's really no middle ground. And I think due to how well designed Neon Abyss is, 9 times out of 10, I'm using the starting gun in Neon Abyss my entire run.
Yeah.
Like, that's virtually impossible in nearly every other roguelike. And I think there isn't really an option for, I'm not going to pick up any items on this Risk of Rain run. That's an impossibility. Like, if you don't get really solid your like first 1 or 2 items and you don't move fast enough, Risk of Rain quickly becomes virtually impossible.
Yeah.
And I think Neon Abyss never really has that problem. And I think that's a real strong suit for it.
That is something that Risk of Rain does really well, though, is when you get one of those runs, you feel like an unstoppable death god. You genuinely do.
Yeah, exactly.
It's very much the same in Isaac. Like, oh, I've got rubber cement and I've got the devil. Yes, and literally I'm filling the room with red hot lightning. And I got
Tammy's head, and it's like, brah, brah.
Yeah, like, Isaac, you can get those runs occasionally. Neon Abyss feels so well balanced, but with Risk, it's like you've got like maybe 20, 25 runs before you get one of those runs, or you have to know
you gotta get one of those runs.
Yeah, or you have to know exactly what you're picking up to know what to work towards to make it one of those runs.
Right.
Whereas Neon Abyss never felt like I was punished for picking something up, with two exceptions: the Devil's Deal Mask, which can go up straight to hell.
Yeah, it's not great.
And the Coin Bomb.
Coin Bomb is
worst item.
Real bad, yeah. Well, and I think one of the things that makes Neon Abyss so strong and such a great... I would never give someone Risk of Rain if they were interested in the genre. Where it's like, here's Risk of Rain, I hate you. Because, like, one of the best parts about the skill trees, like the upgrade unlock trees in Neon Abyss, is you need X number of these coins to get Y upgrade, and here's what it does. Just flat out. Like Risk of Rain, how do you unlock new items? I don't know. Just keep playing, I guess. I don't know.
You open your phone and you go to Risk of Rain Wikia and you look at the character page and then you read what it says.
And I do have to give a ton of credit. The Neon Abyss devs do run their own wiki for the game. I only found that out because I was curious if there was one, not that I needed it. And I think that's the real difference. So, long and short for me, I think Neon Abyss is a better roguelike than Risk of Rain.
Yeah, I could agree.
Yeah. Is Neon Abyss better than Void Bastards? Yes.
Yeah. I kind of hit a wall in Void Bastards. Like, I got really far into it, and then every new character I got, I felt like I had to go up a couple of levels in the cluster to be able to make it back down past where I died.
Like, farm a little bit and then dive back down. Yeah. Whereas, that was the problem I ran into, too.
In this, I never once felt like I was hitting a wall in the fact that I just got a bad run here or there, where it's like, stop giving me hearts. Give me something to increase my damage on my gun.
I need keys.
Yeah. Like, but that's the randomness of roguelikes, and sometimes you have those runs where every time I died in Void Bastards, it felt like I was being punished for it. Whereas every time I died in Neon Abyss, I was like,
it's just a reset.
It's 12:30 at night and I've got to be up for work in 5 hours, but I'll go again. Why not?
Yeah, maybe this run will be the one. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I feel like that wall that happened in Void Bastards is probably its biggest downgrade, where the wall that happens in Neon Abyss is just the difficulty, and it's like, well, maybe I should spend some time on normal and easy and kind of unlock some more stuff and see if that's makes me a little bit stronger, or try some other characters or something.
And I also thought about Neon Abyss while I wasn't playing it, and when we were playing Void Bastards, when I wasn't playing Void Bastards, I never thought of it. So
yeah, Neon Abyss was always in my rotation of stuff I play every day, right? Like try to play like 2 or 3 rounds of Fall Guys. I play a couple of matches of Fortnite. I'll play a couple of runs of Neon Abyss, and then I'll do the daily of Isaac. You know, like I have this. I have the schedule of stuff I play every day, and Neon Abyss, I was always looking forward to, like, yeah, all right, next I'm going to play Neon Abyss. Like, I'm looking forward to these couple of runs. I think that's, I like Neon Abyss a lot. It's a great game. And it sounds like it's better than Void Bastards. So, all right, here's where it gets real spicy. There are top 4. Is Neon Abyss better than Everspace? Almighty is his name, the gunship. It doesn't have a gunship as far as we've seen, so, you know, I don't know.
Man, a gunship in Neon Abyss, jeez.
Just so good. This one's really tough for me.
Yeah.
I didn't make it as far I didn't make it as far in Everspace as I really wanted to, but Everspace is really good.
Yeah.
But Neon Abyss is really good. For
me, it stops. And call that what you will. Call that, oh, Moon just likes space games. You dang on right, I like space games.
Of course you do. Come on.
It's kind of in the name, moon, space. They kind of go together.
Right.
I probably had more fun with Everspace. Like, using Monkey's previous point here about thinking about a game. I had Everspace dreams. Like, I was thinking that much about Everspace when I wasn't playing it. And yeah, I have been thinking of Neon Abyss when I haven't been playing it too. But not to the level of Everspace. Not to the level of, I can do one more run, I can go in. And plus, you can save and quit in Everspace and continue your run at a later point, which, with very limited game times, is kind of a big deal.
Yeah, that's the one thing I would like to see in Neon Abyss is
they actually are adding that like in their next update.
Perfect.
So yeah,
good.
Game of the year? No, I'm kidding. I probably already know what my game of the year is.
Gee, I wonder what it's going to be.
Fall Guys.
I don't, but Fall Guys is going to be up there. Fall Guys is real good. This is probably where it stops for me too. You could probably ask me next week, and I'd be like, "Of course, it's better than Everspace. Come on, like, what are you talking about?" But I feel like, I mean, we're talking about top 5 or top 4 here, so like, you're at the top of the mountain, so it sort of doesn't matter. But it's one of those gut things where I feel like I know it's better than Void Bastards, but I don't think it's better than Everspace.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm at that point too, because I do think Everspace is better than Neon Abyss. And I think it comes down to I kind of like the story of Everspace, which is something that's weird and surprising in
roguelikes. Yeah.
Well, and I think that's probably a mild disappointment for me too. Is Neon Abyss starts out with you making a deal with the devil, I'm going to assume, and then it kind of doesn't address it again.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Even like after you beat Athena and like you beat the 2 final bosses, once you get to beating all 5 bosses, it doesn't even say like, here's the next part of the story, get more after beating hard, get more after beating Abyssal. It's just sort of like, yeah, I mean, you're in the dungeon.
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah. And the fact that they made the roguelike elements into the story, like it makes sense that you're continuing these runs, and like
that's a good point. Yeah. Everspace is something special. Like there's a good reason why it's at number 4 here on our top list of the best roguelikes of all time. Yeah. Okay. Sounds like we are a list. Everspace at Neon Abyss at number 5, Everspace at number 4, Dead Cells at 3, Crypt of the Necrodancer at 2, and Hand of Fate sitting safe number 1. Who will dethrone Hand of Fate? The answer is probably Hand of Fate 2, but we're not there yet. All right, thank you so much everyone for listening or watching, and we'll see you next run. Bye.
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 And we can stop recording.